Oh Lord, pull up in that 04, pedal to the metal, says she wanna hit the flow more.
Okay. Before I tell you what the Atlanta Braves must do to show us that they aren't losing their minds, click subscribe for the greatest coverage of Atlanta area sports right here on Atlanta Sports Unlimited. Now, I want to do a little cross promotion here. Every Sunday night at 11:35 p.m. from right here in Atlanta, Georgia, I do this show called Sports Zone Sunday. From this very room, except over there instead of right here. WSB TV, Channel 2. All right, this past Sunday, I did something I want to expound on. And it's this. Freddie Freeman should never bat second again. Because if he does, then that means that the Atlanta Braves have truly lost their minds. Now, Freddie Freeman has spent the bulk of his decade with the Atlanta Braves batting third. Last year, he spent most of that time batting second. They had the universal designated hitter in Major League Baseball last year, okay, because of the pandemic. Normally it's not in the National League, but it was last year. So the pitcher didn't hit, and so the Braves said, since we can get more at-bats for Freddie Freeman at number 2, we'll put him in the second slot. Freddie Freeman went on to win his first and only National League Most Valuable Player Award, yada, 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 George Costanza. If you don't know what I'm talking about, Google. Here's my point. If you are a slugger, and if you have aspirations of making it to the Baseball Hall of Fame someday, you don't bat second. You bat third or fourth, but for the sake of this video, you bat third. Mike Trout is considered the best player in baseball. His team is the LA Angels in the American League, and they still have the DH. They have always had the DH. Mike Trout has won 3 American League Most Valuable Player Awards. He bats third. Ever hear a guy named Barry Bonds? Barry Bonds was pretty great. He hit a lot of home runs. He did a lot of other tremendous things. He had some help, but he was great. He batted third. Let's go back, way back in baseball, 100 years or so, even shy of that. In those old days, you could generally tell where a guy hit in the order by the number on his back. That told you the slot where he hit. I mean, Babe Ruth was a guy that his 714 home runs, that was an all-time record until Hank Aaron came along and hit 715 on the way to 755. And before Barry Bonds beat that, with a little bit of help. But my point is, Babe Ruth, he hit number 3 in the batting order. All right, and then I was a diehard Big Red Machine fan. That was back in the 1970s. 1972, the Braves, or the Reds rather, made this trade with the Houston Astros for this very fast guy who can also hit with power, named Joe Morgan. So Sparky Anderson put him at the number 2 slot behind Pete Rose to help move Pete Rose along and hit shots in the gap and do all kind of great things. And it worked out perfectly well. Except Sparky said, you know what? I'm not taking advantage of this guy as much as I should, Joe Morgan. So he puts Joe Morgan in 1975 in the 3rd slot. Joe Morgan goes on to win the National League Most Valuable Player honors, and the Reds went on to win the World Series. Next year, Joe Morgan, still hitting in the number 3 slot, wins back-to-back National League Most Valuable Player awards, and the Reds win back-to-back World Series championships. So you get my point. Put Freddie Freeman back in that number 3 slot, leave him alone, and the Braves. Oh, that's right. They didn't win the World Series last year. They came close. Yeah, but I mean, you see what I'm saying.
This is my falsetto, wicked potion with the slow pour. This is my addiction, make me wanna go for more. Pale